Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we will be taking a look at a Europe versus Russia scenario. Now in this scenario, Russia might have some allies, I'm not sure, but yeah, let's take a look right into it. Now, at the time I've uploaded this video, I'm recording a day before I go on holiday away to Malta. So, it's going to be like a series of videos coming out. Probably be over the week I'm there, the Friday to Friday. It will probably be about 3 or 4 videos up. So this is the first video I'm recording. So, yeah. Also, join my Discord, link in the description. Anyway, so we have Russia declaring war on the Baltic states. For the first half, Europe seems to leave the Baltic states alone. Fight Russia, but Russia's army is prepared as they've been preparing for the past few, say, months. When Russia starts to push into Estonia. They do extremely well in bullying Estonia, and some of the countries of Europe decide that they need to help out Estonia. So we have France, the UK, and Spain declaring war on Russia. Now, NATO is not, well, America isn't a thing in this, but there's like a European alliance I'd do. But Russia pushes back and eventually conquers Estonia. So they keep pushing into Latvia. They eventually cut off Latvia from the other half of their country, and Latvia falls. With the fall of Latvia, they start an invasion into Lithuania. But around this time, Poland joins the blue side. Germany also joins the blue side. While Belarus, Russia's big ally, sort of joins the red side. Poland immediately sends troops to occupy Kaliningrad. They breeze through and take out Kaliningrad. Then they manage to push the Russian army a little bit out of Lithuania and a little bit into Estonia. But not a lot of Polish armies were there after the Battle of Kaliningrad, and they barely make it as the Russians push them back and start pushing back into Lithuania. They start pushing back into Kaliningrad and eventually fully occupy the country. Kaliningrad is then put back under the siege, and this is where more NATO members start to join. Denmark, along with Sweden, Norway and Finland, will join. The Benelux region also join, along with Portugal, Ukraine, the Czech Republic and Slovakia. Malta also joins. Italy, Austria, Slovenia, Croatia and Bosnia will join. The African countries join, even though I'll count them as Europe on this map. Hungary, Serbia and Romania will join. And war begins here with Armenia going to the red side and Azerbaijan. I think that's Georgia, it's Armenia, it's Azerbaijan. Well, that's Azerbaijan. I think that's Azerbaijan. Turkey also joins, because technically they're a part of it. And Bulgaria and the rest of the European countries also join the war. So we have the whole of Europe at war with Russia. Russia thinks that it's to start an invasion into Poland with the Belarus troops and they begin. With the Polish forces being held back quite far, and only small numbers of German forces just arriving, the Polish are very weak and the Russians breeze through. They eventually end up capturing Danzig and start mowing through the country as they enter into Germany. This time you might think that Russia's mowing in, but Finland comes in to try and help out the Allies, as they are technically, I don't know if they're a member of NATO, they sort of all the time do their own thing. But Finland starts pushing into Russia because they want to help out because they don't like Russia. They take all of this area of Russia and continue pushing in. They do quite well at pushing into Russia, as Russia did not expect this because Finland sort of joined at the time. And the Finn army make another landing. They eventually push out though. Oh, and then cut. They push down and get closer to like St. Petersburg or Petersburg, whatever it was called. I can't remember what the city's called. They enter St. Petersburg, and the Battle of St. Petersburg begins. Battle of St. Petersburg is lost though by the Finn armies. The Russians make them retreat. The retreat is quite far, as they push them back and even back into their own country a little bit. Then the Finn forces who made a landing are forced to surrender. And these are the new front lines. We have the Finns getting pushed back, or Finland getting pushed back, but they're still maintaining parts of Russia. Anyway, now we have Russia starting to dominate a little bit in the region. They start their invasion of, I think this is Armenia, and do pretty well actually. Or is that Armenia or is it Georgia? I think that's Georgia. I get confused, the three countries. They start an invasion of Georgia, pushing through, mowing through Georgia, and eventually pushing into Azerbaijan and Turkey. Armenia also helps out by pushing into Azerbaijan. I accidentally coloured over. It pushes in actually quite decently. The Turkish forces aren't ready though, as they're still being trained up, so it's a bad time for Turkey. With a stalemate being established in Poland, after they draw up a new front line, it looks like this, they decide to focus on Ukraine. The Belarus forces invade the top of Ukraine, hoping to gain some sort of beneficial thing, while the Russians make a landing in Crimea. Now, I want to say, people always speculate this, but does Crimea belong to Ukraine? People say it doesn't, then people say it does. It's quite controversial. But anyway, they push up through Crimea, or Ukraine. I'll call it Ukraine since it's connected. I think they might have broken apart maybe. And eventually push up. Well, the Belarus forces in Poland push through. Polish though see this opportunity to strike really hard and end up pushing back the Russian forces quite far. Germans also are ready and start pushing back the Russian forces out of their country and through Poland. Now these troops are Austrian, sort of Swedish, Denmark's troops. They're the Czech Republic and Slovakia's troops, while sort of the Balkans haven't really got anything to do. But Russia begins its military advance, pushing through Ukraine completely. Managed to make a massive advance, and Ukraine had to give up. They liberate Moldova, start pushing to Romania, Bulgaria, and Slovakia. Slovakia is liberated as they push into Czechia and take Austria. Once Hungary's deep down, they start pushing into Serbia and Bosnia and nearly take over all of Croatia as they enter Italy. Look at what the Russians have done now. You cannot try and do with the Russians. They have taken loads of the Balkans. They continue to push and take Romania completely out, while they take out Bosnia and Croatia. Montenegro and Kosovo then soon fall, and so does Albania. Bulgaria later falls to the offensive, but Turkey manages to hold a front line. Now, with them having full control over the Balkans, they continue to push into Poland, sweeping through Germany and even conquering Switzerland. So they entered France. Europe starts to panic. But as Europe starts to panic, the UK brings out the big guns. For the UK and France having sort of the best militaries, they draw up plans. The Finns draw up a big army and start pushing back into Russia. Allies make the biggest landing in history, pushing back the Russians in the Balkans. Bigger than the World War I landing, I'll tell you that. Pushing back, liberating Balkan countries one by one as they liberate Bosnia and Croatia. And stop pushing rapidly into Romania. They even touch Moldova, which kind of scares Russia a little bit. And even the French troops begin to push them out of their own country. Switzerland then opts to join the war, and the Russians are going to lose. Kaliningrad is taken, and Ukraine start to get pushed into. But as the Allies think they're doing well, hell unfolds. A Belarus nationalist starts his journey along Europe. He makes a long journey, capturing cities and captures Paris. He then goes down, captures Rome, goes down, captures parts, and nearly every city is captured. Then he starts unfolding and clashing in on the Balkans. The Balkans have got to be probably the deadliest part of this war at the moment. It probably will be for ages. After Italy falls to their rule, they keep pushing in. But the Allies see this as a good opportunity and start pushing out of France. The Belarus nationalist, though, dies in battle as he is shot by an artillery cannon. Italy is then re-liberated and people make revolts, which then turns into them taking back the country and giving the president back his role. Russia's last attempt had failed in trying to take over Europe, and they squeeze in from all sides. But Russia does not give up yet, as it didn't want to be like sort of a scaredy cat. Turkey starts to push into the old states and eventually ends up taking them out. Like Azerbaijan, Armenia. And Turkey don't give, so they, go into Crimea. After Russia completely falls, the dream falls. Just rewinding it so I can go back to the beginning to draw out the borders. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I can't do borders because I'm busy. But yeah, see you guys next week.